with a LeBlanc, and they go for that Smolder. So Maokai has been left open and available. It's often a pretty high priority ban. And also that Vi is an option for Lucid as well. Obviously a pick he's pretty fantastic at.
Yeah.
Ziggs on the cards, but neither of these teams really had too much success with Ziggs. So we'll see how that one sort of shows up in this draft. If either team has been able to have time to go away and practice it. And it looks like DPLUS, confident with it, will go for that Ziggs. Now the Ziggs does sync very well with the Vi. The whole point and click, undodgeable CC combined with a huge damage ultimate is very effective. So expectation is we'll see DPLUS pick up Vi, but Ona picking up the Maokai, something we haven't seen very much from him at all. And clearly both teams have gone away and done some preparation. So now Corki Maokai 41, a stable mid pick for Faker.
Oh, I like this.
Ona.
The tree battle would make me feel a lot better than the Sejuani. Currently, I mean, Lucid in the regular season had like a 38% win rate on Sejuani, was his most played champion. This was 80% and was a whole lot better. The Vi going to be coming through. And what's stopping them from going like Vi Talia here? If they can get a little bit of extra damage coming from that top lane.
Yeah, I think maybe they, honestly, you could even take a support pick here for Mohan and have it locked in before. The Ziggs Leona's been a really strong combo, so you could lean into that if you want to get it before the next phase of bans, even if you're going to prioritize the Rel. But I think they want to go for the lane that really syncs well with the Ziggs. It also means that single target the Vi ult onto, Leona can follow up from a distance with the ult. That CC layered, very powerful. So now T1, they haven't really opted into anything for the bot lane. If there's something they want to pick up there, kind of now is the time. But I feel like we've seen Ashe and MF really struggle into the Ziggs specifically, so maybe Jhin would be someone they pick up, but instead looking for a pick here for Zeus, and I'm not hugely convinced by this. Wait, the MF is banned. MF, another pick that's really struggled, and they are just going to lock the Neela, so it's probably going to be Neela Senna. This would be a composition that would lack damage, but have a ton of sustain, hard to cut through. We did see a composition the other day that ended up with Panther Senna that lacked the damage quite a bit, but this has at least a little bit more. We'll see what DPLUS end up looking towards. Looking at the Hwei right now, I think Vi super strong combo.
Yeah. Talia wouldn't be bad as well, because there's a lot of dashing in, like especially for Gumayushi. Like, I think Talia, one of Showmaker's best. It's also like such an incredible combo alongside the Vi. Obviously, Garen is the pick here. Like, what else are you going to do, Kingin? Like, Garen is the man.
You know, Garen, way back when Cassante first shown up, was theorized as an OG counter into the Cassante. Obviously, Cassante ult gets low, you just ult him back. But it looks like they want a bit of sustained AD damage and are leaning towards the Gnar right now. We'll lock that in.
I don't mind the Gnar, actually. Can play it a little bit more aggressively, and that is not Senna. That is, in fact, a lot of experience.
Yeah, that's
so much experience in the bottom lane, my god.
And also, if we think about the play pattern of a Zilean combined with like a Maokai, you speed up the Maokai, you can charge in, you double bomb on top of the root. Really difficult to play against. We'll have to see how this one plays out. T1 putting a lot of faith in this creative bot lane, but if you're a T1 fan, you know, you might look at this with some reservations. Oh, this is crazy, but I think you want crazy from T1. You want them to be cooking a little bit in the bot lane. I feel like DPLUS, a bit more standard.
For those two. See what happens. We dive into the Rift for game number 1.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right. Low Park erupting here as both of these teams attempt to stay alive in our Uribank playoffs. A ticket to Gyeongju is happening after this for the winner of this series. And, of course, doesn't mean that they're going to the grand finals, but at least they're going to be there in the cool stadium and having a great time. Of course, it's just a beautiful city. You know, we've had LCK finals all over the place here in Korea, but Gyeongju is one of my personal favorites. Looking forward to doing some exploring while we're down there as well. So, see who is going to be joining us. It's also the most famous school trip city, is what I just learned from Jisun. That's why I had that slight pause. That's because we're learning.
We're learning a lot. We're going to be learning a lot this game with the Neela plus the Zilean. And they're looking to enact a lane swap here. And I think what's really important with this Neela and this Zilean is getting an early advantage.
Okay, let's see whether this is going to work as Moham and Lucid moving in. The Zenith Blade going to connect as the interrupt was really nice. That's going to get the flash out from Gumayusi. And Lucid unable to actually find a kill here. Towards the bottom side will collect himself a bomb as, well, Moham will collect a bomb as he makes his way back to the lane.
Coming in, Guma already 6 for this grub fight. Yeah. I think the call for DPLUS should just be opt out of this and maybe try and set something up bot, but they're already here on the top side. I don't think they can get there in time.
Yeah, that is going to be 2 grubs taken here as now Kingen with Meganar is going to find it! Onto Owner into the wall, he mistimed the twisted advance just a little bit, and there is the punch from Lucid to take first blood. They'll grab the second one as well as Showmaker collects the kill onto Gumayusi, and it's a disaster for T1 in the river.
And it feels like this early game has really been around Guma getting level 6, using that power in the grub fight, but Kingen's Meganar ends up being more valuable. Aiming TP's in, Faker's not even there for the fight. And it feels like this early...
It was certainly upgraded. As a result of all of this, 800 gold going to be the lead here. DK is another Meganar into the wall here from Kingen. As Zeus taking a lot of damage. Of course, this is Kingen moving towards the end of the year. And that is a scary prospect. A dive potentially on the cards here, but all out still available here for the Cassante. And remember, I mean, it was Showmaker that coined here on this bottom side. And it's 10.5 minutes into the game, and he is heading towards Satchel ability on this outer turret. Zeus coming down to look to defend, but I think it's a couple of punches, and Lucid will be able to take this one. Doesn't find the Vault Breaker. Oh, no. The Satchel going to be used away from the turret. Not sure about that one, as we have an Ignite going down. He walks through the minefield, and that's going to be Cease and Assist coming in. Can they kill him in time? Yes! Is the answer to that, and Moham will go down as well. So a 1-for-1, definitely best case scenario here for Zeus.
Yeah, very scrappy there, and you saw Aiming use the Satchel to try and disengage Zeus from the tower, but then by using the Satchel for that, and it obviously ended up missing.
He couldn't disengage the turret from its life.
Could have made that dive a lot easier and Moham's life a lot longer. And in return, you know, obviously Ziggs, one of the best tower takers in the game, or the double dash.
Yeah, Kingen a little bit too far forward here as the teleport's coming in, and he's got Meganar coming up as well. The Apotheosis already down as Nature's Grasp just to try and get them out of here. He will be successful in doing so. So good disengage there from T1, but possibly a little overzealous.
Neela's still pretty good as well and able to match it. We see the double TP coming out, so Guma's going to go bot and focus the tower, and Zeus, he's back on that weak side duty. He's like, you know what, you won for 1 before, you're doing a pretty good job at it, we'll put you up to it again.
Well, I'm hoping that they move Ziggs up here. It's still, you know, you got plates for another 2 minutes as Seismic Shove not going to quite find the CC under Zeus, but is going to be able to get the damage as Moham's making his way in. The teleport from Aiming is going to get there, and it's another chain CC onto the Cassante. This time he's unable to take anyone with him as the ulti back there. This time the twisted advance was good, and Owner is able to escape death, but the turret will not, and T1 looking to try and trade it with an inner here towards the bottom side.
Yeah, so in terms of turrets, you know, you get the plates mid from Faker. Oh, the ult's going to come in from the Ziggs. Plate's still going to go down. So Faker's getting a decent amount of gold there.
Oh,
in the bot lane.
Big.
Yeah, I mean, this is the tower taking potential of this Neela. But still, it feels like T1 putting Zeus up there maybe didn't pan out the way they hoped. Hoping he could survive a little bit longer to defend the turret. But obviously the Ziggs coming in just absolutely destroys it. Right now, though, you know, one of the things with the Neela is there is a ton of sustain in this champ.
Oh, Solar Flare going to connect here. No one to Twisted advance to, and there's the chain CC once more. They do get the Chrono Shift out, but Owner, can he make it out of there is the question. The answer is going to be yes. It's a big cooldown now missing, though, as Mega Inferno Bomb comes in onto Faker. He does flash away. Morgan now trying to stay in the fight. The AoE damage is gigantic as Kingen is coming in to clean it up. They didn't even need him, and T1's health bars are so extremely low. All of them melt in the end, and that is 4 for nothing in favor of DK.
Just decimation. The fact they take out Owner without even needing the Vial, it's a great ult leading a charge from Moham. And yes, the Zilean ult is there to save Owner, but it doesn't really change the state of the fight. It's not like Owner comes back up and says, right, time to fight. I have value from me being back alive. His ult was already down. And DPLUS are just quick to clean up in return. And now, mid T1 goes down without the Herald even being needed. A huge blow for T1, and that. But
And the rock placement from Showmaker, not that one right there, but the one previously right in the choke point meant that no one could get on the Talia. She was just throwing rocks all over the lane. The Nara is going to be so much more valuable as well. Should be able to put on more pressure than that of the Cassante. We can see already, with the help of Shelly, Kingen going to try and take down yet another inner turret. And that charge is going to be successful. Not able to actually do anything too meaningful for this turret right now. Have Lucid just take this dragon by himself does mean that it is quite difficult for T1 to really do anything about it, especially with the vision monopoly that they do have right now. Aiming going to move in. Doesn't find the bouncing bomb onto the Cassante here, but we can see this double Yordle battle is going to be won by the Yordles into the Cassante. He does go all out as he dashes away. Satchel just to be there, make sure that aiming is going to be safe.
Getting the TP from Showmaker for it. But yeah, the tower's gone. Yep. Hard to keep that one up for an extended period of time, but that is
towards some Magic Pen. Would have been nice in fighting this one as well, as there is the Solar Flare avoided by Ona, but he is still going to be a little bit worse for wear after this one.
So funny seeing the phase rush from Ona combined with the Zillion speed.
Yeah.
So zoomy, but he's now flashless. And I think DPLUS are like, cool, we can play interruption. He can't get in the pit without flash. We're just going to take Baron. And he actually moved down towards the bot side. It's 7k HP. He's not going to get there in time. There's no way. So that's Baron.
Well, he is running really quickly, like you were talking about, but he has to take the front door. There is a massive, no, the Mega Inferno Bomb comes down. Ona does manage to avoid that, but the Baron is still going to be taken, and now Lucid gets into the fight. The all-out into the backline as Zeus successfully gets himself out, but the Baron has already been taken. And so T1 still running for the hill, still trying to get out, and DK still looking for more. Cease and desist still in the hand of Lucid here, who might be a little bit too far forward. Will be able to back away there as the Weaver's Wall to come down. Faker possibly out of position, but is able to Valkyrie over the wall. And now with this Baron, they're going to be able to already take down the inner turret in the mid lane.
And T1, they managed to get away without losing any members, but that's about it. Low HP, Baron gone, your base is being threatened. They are going to pick up this tower, but now a TP coming in.
Yeah, going for the flank angle. Let's see whether this is going to work out. Ona is still extremely low as Gumayushi and Zeus trying to make their way in. The Blastco not quite working out there. And so instead, they're just getting back to mid lane. Mega Inferno Bomb, a lot of damage onto Ona, but he is going to be okay.
He still had ult, so it's really hard to go in there. Kingen had Mega. There was just too much threat for Guma to go in. So now, 2 TPs committed just to watch DPLUS disengage. They'll pick up another Dragon and Baron in hand. Everything going right for DPLUS right now. And the setup was so good, you know. It was Moham again leading the charge. He finds the setup on Ona. He burns the flash. The signal's immediately there. Okay, job done. Jungler can't get here.
Very good game. Really seeing these engages. Weaver's Wall to come on through here. Faker actually going to be caught on the wrong side of it. Can't get over the wall there as well as Zeus is there to protect him. Mega Inferno Bomb, a lot of damage, but could be more. The build is a little bit different. Now inner turret is going to go down. Build kind of irrelevant, to be perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen, because DPLUS are just playing the map so incredibly well. And Ona now looking for a last-ditch effort. Throws out the ulti here, but Kingen just going to crush his way out of there. Moham going to be thrown back. Doesn't find a Zenith Blade, really. Was aiming it at the Ghosts. But this inhibitor is going to be sieged down, and with aiming on the Ziggs, structures just don't last. So 2 inhibitors going to fall down here. Point, throw down a Weaver's Wall, take a turret. Throw down a Weaver's Wall, take a turret. Throw down a Weaver's Wall, take a Nexus.
What turret? Where'd it go?
Yeah, kind of just went boom. And now get some work done as Showmaker, possibly out of position, is going to try and Weaver's Wall his way out. Oh! The twisted advance, it just didn't go off in time there from Ona after the flash as well.
I think he was trying to flash to get in range. The W was slightly out of range.
Yeah.
Immediately hard. It's a painful mistake, and it's the sort of one that will cost you the rest of the game at this point, because I think that was the window for T1. They were hoping to get Showmaker. It backfires, and now Baron is just gone. Once again, no flash on Ona. How'd you get in the pit?
Well, yeah, this is exactly the way DK prepared it the last time around. He can sprint over there. He does definitely have the ability to run really, really fast. Mega Inferno Bomb goes down. They're trying to get the Chrono Shift out of Carrier. Try and use it on himself. He gets a drive-by ward, but it gets switched off instantly. And now a teleport in. All right, T1, they envision that this is going to be the game-winning or losing fight, perhaps, as Lucid is going to take down the Baron. Can they find the team fight, though? As Kingen gets dragged out, he tries to crush his way through there, but isn't going to be able to survive. So the sacrifice of the Nard just to guarantee the Baron. A Solar Flare goes down onto Gumayushi. He's thrown back through the rocks as well, but he keeps himself alive. His health bar, the shields, aiming is teleporting into the base.
What's that 50 gold?
Yeah, he just wants that 50 gold, Ox. As now, Lucid going to try and continue stopping them. Aiming is just winning the game, guys. He's just winning the game. They're just stopping the backs. The teleport to come through, and it's unorthodox. But whichever way gets that 50 gold is the one that wins you the game.
Got it in the bag. The Gold King does it, and
So the gym. I love this. Throw it all away.
Yeah, and now T1, yes, they get choice, but they only get one pick. And they're going to go for the Ziggs. So now, if DPLUS want to take the Azir, they can.
But they could also just go as hard into as many dive picks that they can possibly find. We saw Hummerlife Esports, that was how they dissected these Ziggs compositions. And I think the first thing that they need to address is the Kai'Sa. Get that for aiming. It's one of his best champions of all time. Maokai, another one that Lucid hasn't lost on. Certainly a team that can set up around the Maokai very, very effectively. And DPLUS going to take that one away. I'm just hoping we don't see, like, Corki here, because I think that there are some other things that can really... okay, this one's could also be an option, and that's going to be the Nasus locked in. Some Susan time here from Showmaker in the mid lane.
Yeah, we get Sejuani. It's probably just going to be Sejuani Azir in the situation for T1. We've seen Azir, you know, not have necessarily the best type. Maybe it could just be the Garen, you know, the counter pick.
Oh, do it!
Sejuani Garen as well. You actually have a melee champion in the mid jungle. Oh. No, it's going to be cool.
Okay, and then it'll be Vayne top. And then it'll be the saddest Sejuani ever.
Yeah, less interesting, but a lot of poke, a lot of late game power. And this could be difficult for the Nasus in the late stage of the game. Trying to get on top of them. They're looking at the Seraphine.
Or the Xerath.
You know, we've seen a lot of mages bot being played. And the thing is, they could just flex this Nasus up to top lane. If we ban something, that's one less champion that isn't Rel for them to ban.
Oh!
He's like, minimize the chances of them banning Rel. No, I think it was just a mistake, unfortunately. And now in this situation, the Nasus has a flex. Likely mid, but we don't know that for sure. They could just take support here. It could just be something like the Rel, could just be the Rakan. We'll see what they opt to go for. If they opt to go for top lane here and blind something for Kingin.
Or just blind some sort of hook champion. Instead, it's going to be the Anchor to come in for Moham with the Nautilus lock-in.
For a second, it was looking like the Maokai Blitzcrank we've seen Gen G play.
Yeah.
But, you know, Moham has been fantastic on Rel. Lehens is that guy on Blitzcrank.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I'm not sure how convinced I would be by that. They end up going for the Nautilus. I think one of the problems with playing Nautilus in this situation is now T1 are going for Sejuani Alistar potentially. This is a very thick front line. It's going to be hard to hook onto the backline targets. And into Corki Ziggs, you just get mangled as a Nautilus. Like, the tankiness of the front line of the engages of DPLUS is so much less than the engages on T1. But they do have that Nasus to kind of bolster things. Now they're T1 looking potentially for a top lane pick.
The blind Vayne would be an interesting one.
I'm not convinced. I actually like the Camille a lot.
Yeah, me too.
A big reason is, you know, talking about the Ezreal being a safe pick, hard to lock down to hit the Ziggs ult. There is a champion who can lock an Ezreal down no matter what and ensure that he eats the Ziggs ult, and that is Camille. So Aiming going to have potentially some issues to deal with that one. And now, considering picking up the Zeri in the situation, which I guess would mean moving the Nasus towards the top lane. No, they're going to keep the Nasus mid and go for GP into Camille. And Kingin has been pretty solid in the GP.
Yep.
But definitely not a pick that we see too often.
You can certainly, you know, mitigate the hookshot quite well by eating oranges, but you can't really get out of the Hextech ultimatum. You can't eat your way to freedom there.
Yeah.
So this could be a difficult time for the Gangplank. They do a lot of damage, though.
I'm not super convinced by DPLUS composition, and not just because T1 have Ziggs, but I feel like T1 have a lot of setup, have the Camille to help the dive, they have the follow-up from the Ziggs, Ziggs Corki, great damage threats, and they can also play for the towers. On the side of DPLUS, I'm concerned about the durability.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the riff for the second game of the series. And it feels like whenever a team gets onto red side, they're like, let's just cook something up and see what happens. Yeah. That's what we're seeing here. Once again, we've got a lot of melee champions and an Ezreal on the side of DPLUS. This time around, I think it's not quite as crazy as what we saw on T1 side with their experience draft that they went for. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the Gangplank is going to do. Can be pretty rough against the Camille, especially if she starts to get rolling.
And I think you can easily make a comparison to the HLE Gen G draft, where HLE got a massive lead but had no damage with like Azir as the only threat. A draft like that, even if you get a big lead, can lose. A draft like DPLUS, if they get a big lead, they can still 100% win this game. Oh yeah, it's not like a draft that means, oh, it's unwinnable. I don't want anyone to read into what we're saying as that. It just will become hard, especially if they fall behind. But they do have tools to try and get an early advantage, and we'll see if they can lean into that. For now, though, we're not getting lane swap shenanigans. Can't really push up as much when the wave's so close to the tower. So I think
Showmaker also just got Angry Desert, so he's feeling pretty good. Now has that added tool to give him the extra health. Yeah. That's what it's called, I'm pretty sure.
Spot on. That has to be it. Yep. It's the best name, so why wouldn't it be? It is going to be Hextech Drake first. The stats are pretty nice on a lot of the champions on T1, but it does mean you're worried about it being a bad soul, but then it's a Chemtech Dragon next, so you're like, oh, well, I guess it can't be the worst soul.
Hey, true. There you go. And we can't have any...
You feel like you could be in the decathlon. With the
you all of a sudden feel like Ness from Smash Brothers. You know, hitting yourself with your up B. Feels fantastic.
And able to burn Moham's flash on that as well. So pretty big that Uma was able to safely disengage from that. And that's one thing with the Ziggs as well. Side lane.
Yeah, Cannon Barrage going to come down here from Kingen. There are a lot of minions, but I think he's still a lot of dead. As Zeus possibly dead. No, okay. Not enough damage on the trial by fire there. Was looking dicey for a moment, but they do manage to get it. The Sejuani and the Camille. 2.5 minutes until the second one's going to be there. As Showmaker possibly face-checking here. Hextech Ultimatum comes down. Fury of the Sands going to be used here, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough to keep him alive, and Showmaker just kind of giving it up. That is going to be another kill going over to Zeus as well. And we mentioned if the Camille can get going, things are going to be rough, and the Camille is going.
All games, so specifically Zeus being ahead, it's going to make those team fights a lot easier if they get to that point. And now, with the strength that Zeus has, they feel comfortable to set up for these grubs. And I think with Lucid just recalling that, they'll likely pick up 3. It's about 45 seconds on the Dragon, so DPLUS could move towards bot and set up for that. You can see Moham already establishing some really good vision control, but I think T1, they've already got Dragon 1. I think they're fine to sacrifice it if they need to.
I think so too. Especially if Gumayushi can stay alive, as Moham will be able to clear away some of the vision. No one else making their way down. Oh, I'm sort of trapped in the minefield right now.
Oh man, he's taking a lot of damage. Both objectives if they don't get here quick.
Yeah, Faker already over here. You can see Showmaker just dealing with the wave. He is going to be able to push that one in. Lucid in position. Glacial Prison just going to zone him away. Nature's Grasp does come down. The carrier, he can eat that CC. And it's an infernal soul this game. T1 already with 2 Drakes in pocket.
And look at the pressure Zeus has on Kingen. This is important because Zeus TP top. Kingen has his Cannon Barrage, he has TP advantage, and Zeus refused to let him have any space.
Ziggs is that it means that LCS fans know a lot more than the rest of the world. True. Just because they have APA. And he's been the Ziggs guy for forever.
He gets it. He gets it. You know, huge respect to him.
Yeah.
Big pioneer. But now TP coming in. Faker's not here yet.
Yep, Cannon Barrage is going to be used just to try and zone them away. That is a lot of damage onto Lucid into that backline. He tries to keep himself alive. Is now Carrier possibly in trouble. And Ziggs is already dead, but it's a smorgasbord for Faker if he gets over here. Still, they've taken down the Camille. And T1 are on the run. So a 2-for-1 in favor of DPLUS actually in the end.
The Camille looks like the decision's coming out here from T1. They're moving Ona to the top side and saying, look, we're going to take this top tower. Kingen has a fantastic read. You can see Lucid senses there's no opposition, goes for the Dragon, and in return, Kingen also backs off. So yes, the T1 will get a tower here, but DPLUS.
Oh, DPLUS might be able to get more. The teleport is coming in as depth charge comes out. That's a good flash from FAKER to avoid the hook. Showmaker taking a lot of damage though as Zeus looking to get in here. It's looking better for T1 than maybe we were expecting. And Mega Inferno Bomb confirms it. Moham now in trouble as well. He's going to go down. Gumayushi gets shot by the pistol. And Lucid, oh, that Bramble Smash was gorgeous. But Carrier still in an awkward position. Leandri is going to be able to finish him off. And now FAKER possibly caught out as well. This tree is real dangerous, and it was looking so dicey. Oh, the barrel, not quite enough there from Kingen, just mistimed it. As now FAKER going to get punched back. Lucid, possibly in trouble. Another parlay will need to be there, and there it is. The double kill for the Gangplank.
Kingen, an absolute monster in these fights. Second fight in a row, he has found Guma and just taken him down. Aiming's going to get the mid tower on his own. A huge win for DPLUS in this situation. You know, T1 thought they'd found the wanted. Elevated already. As you said, 5 trifles in this game. A lot of spikes coming through, and DPLUS really leaning on those in this mid game.
Yeah,
flawless with that Bramble Splash. They are not looking for him.
Yeah, Lucid now in trouble, down to about 50% here as Hextech Ultimatum does come in. Mega Inferno Bomb now that he's held in position, and they're able to take down the tree. Showmaker getting here, but a little bit too late, as him and Aiming are going to be able to get rid of Shelly. So T1 able to find a pick onto the jungler. Definitely good news.
Uses bot lane. This tower's going to go quickly.
Yeah, Ona's going to turn up, but Moham's right here, was just behind him as there is the flash over the wall, but Aiming's going to turn up, and Ona is just trying his best to escape. He should be able to do so. Carrier is going to be in there. Arcane shift over the wall. Not going to find too much more as now FAKER finds an opportunity now to push down towards this inner turret towards the top lane. And Lucid, he's going to arrive. And there's a Twisted Advance to start this one up.
You know, it's a Leandri's Maokai. I'm not sure you can get the solo kill. He does actually a lot more damage than you think, but maybe not that much.
FAKER does a lot of damage as well because he has no defensive stats whatsoever. As Lucid is now going to try and turn it as best he can. Oh! It is going to be the kill going over to FAKER, but they trade it back with Aiming collecting one as well. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Susan not having a great time. As we can see, T1 able to trade up.
Some strange passage of plays there, back and forth.
Ooh, and flash.
Again, Guma satcheling the tower, doesn't have it to disengage, does get the tower, but has to burn that summoner spell. It's a minute 10 on Dragon. We've seen just wrap forth, you know. We've seen some slower series in playoffs, slower games. Ona will not save.
No, he's on a ward. Zeus going to turn up there as well, and the rest of the team are here to back him up. Maybe it was just a bait the whole time, but a Cannon Barrage comes in. True Shot Barrage down as well. And it is still the Camille grabbing the kill. Aiming in trouble. Permafrost is down, and there's a double for the top laner of T1. 8-2 now for Zeus on this Camille. Great maneuver, as they are on vision right now.
I think Aiming has no TP, Kingen does, but there's no Cannon Barrage. They might just turn for kills. Zeus' flash and might find something. We'll have to see what they do.
Yep, Moham at 50% health right now. Not taking very much damage though. That is going to be the Nature's Grasp coming out. Oh, Lucid sidesteps the ulti, wants to try and get in there. Twisted Advance does get him through. It's going to be a 50-50 stolen by Lucid. Zeus could be in trouble as well as Moham's getting back in there. Flashes out of the way of the Mega Inferno Bomb. And the turn from Showmaker not quite enough here as Ona down so low. Trial by fire wasn't quite in there, but there's the parlay to lock it down. Another hook. Moham, the god, is able to take down Zeus before he can kill the pirate. And Aiming finally teleports in, but it's all over again. Making things happen again. Yeah, going to face check. Some more barrels do go down as the Nature's Grasp coming out. See whether Zeus can outrange it, and the answer is no, but it doesn't really matter. Still able to create enough distance.
The Maokai being down is pretty big, actually, and it's given space for T1 to move in, contest vision around this Banana Brush, so now DPLUS will TP in the Nasus, who's fully healed.
Cannon Barrage still up. And oh man, they are not wanting to try and fight this one. Eating a lot of time on this Baron though, as we can see. And a bit of a wraparound now coming through. True Shot Barrage just get Banana Vision as now Zeus on that Blast Cone looking for the angle. King the Pulverize onto 4! And T1 are looking to eviscerate them. Carrier trying to make his way out. He is so incredibly low. The Dragon going to be secured here by FAKER. Zeus just looking to try and escape. The health bars getting lower and lower. as Lucid will be able to get out of there. Somehow it is only 1 kill.
Very low. Umo gets chunked, but it's going to be like an auto from Faker and a satchel and it's gone.
Oh, there is a hook, and there is the turret going down. Mega Inferno Bomb comes in. Faker in trouble, though, and that is somehow aiming getting that kill. Throws out a carefree Mystic Shot. Now they're looking for even more. Lucid moving in. The satchel does come out. The flash is enough to outrange it as the permafrost comes on through, but Lucid's just happy to eat the CC. And aiming, still hunting, still looking for them. Another satchel, but there's the flash twisted advance, and Gumayushi going to get eaten by the Ezreal. He's able to chase them all down as well. The minion wave getting in the way, but it's the hook from Moham. It comes in, and they're going to take an inner turret of their own after wiping out 3.
They have so much damage, they might actually push for an end here. Zeus might need to come back. Faker's up in 10 seconds, sure, but there is a lot of tower damage available, and DPLUS are healthy.
Yep, the inhibitor is going to go down. Teleport to come in from Zeus, like you were talking about. He was able to at least get the inner, as that hook is going to miss this time. Not quite enough members for Zeus to really commit onto 5. So he is just going to move up the mid lane after they deal with the minion wave. But T1 losing that top inhibitor could be really rough for Dragon in 2 minutes. Next fight, though, going to be in 45 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Teleport, big flank there.
Oh, no,
as Ona possibly out of position here. The hook is going to draw him back. Mega Inferno Bomb lands onto 4, which is gigantic damage. And the flanking Ziggs. The flanking Ziggs. Okay, he's throwing down minefields, bouncing bombs, things like that. He's trying to keep them in position as Lucid. He's the one kind of happy to tank, I guess. And now the barrel chain not quite going to work out. Double pulverize to come through from Carrier as Showmaker presses the Fury, the Sands button. And now the Nature's Grasp does come out. Carrier still trying to tank this one up, though, and we've got lots of trades of ultimates all over the place, and the barrels are really starting to hurt. In goes Zeus, though. He finds King, and the Pirate is going to fall down, and now Faker with another very aggressive Valkyrie. He's going to help lock down Moham. It's a triple kill now. Make it a quadra as Amy can't do anything. And Zeus says, not on my watch, DPLUS. Lucid might just be a pentakill waiting underneath the turret. We'll see whether Lucid's going to actually fall down or not as he pushes Zeus back and says, no penta. Not that far, okay, sir.
Yeah, tries to find it, but won't. With the Ziggs here, they take the towers so fast. Only Lucid up. Moham in 10. The wave's coming in. I think this is game for T1. They managed to punish DPLUS.
Yep, we saw it for DPLUS just a few seconds ago. And now T1 say, oh, this is how you win the game. You just push through the base and take down an Exodus. Well, that's precisely what they're going to do. Moham, he's going to be golden in the end, but he will be also taken down. The Pirate gets in the picture, but that is not going to be enough to win them the game. A 1-1 now in this best of 5.
And I talking about, but in terms of the champion, DPLUS definitely know how to play around it. They banned the Vi instead. I think not great, but at least you don't have the Vi Ziggs combo, which is very limited counterplay. But I think DPLUS probably just still going to lock it in. We'll see. Maybe they think without the Vi, they're not as high priority on it, but
I think it's still the lock-in because, I don't know about taking the Maokai instead. Because I don't think Ona had a great game in game number 1. They are going to lock that one away.
Yeah, I think if you took Ziggs and T1 took Maokai, you're winning.
Yeah, and you were winning. It already happened.
You give Ona Maokai and you're like, great. Because, Ona obviously, I feel like sometimes gets some fair criticism, but his Maokai was not it in game 1. So I think T1, you can't give them Ziggs and Maokai for sure, so we expect that to be locked in. And the question is now, if DPLUS went into this, right, expecting, you pick the Maokai knowing the Ziggs is going over, so what's the plan? Are you going to try and do something like we saw from the Hunt Life Esports series against T1, where you have full dive, like playing around the Kai'Sa? Is that the angle? We'll have to see.
Well, this is the thing. I actually think Maokai Kai'Sa is very, very strong, right? You put CC onto everyone on the screen, basically, by pressing your R button.
Targets.
Yeah, you can definitely work your way around that one as Faker will lock in the Corki once again. A little bit of denial as well. We've seen Maokai Corki be pretty popular. Zeri would be a different way of doing it. Still very maneuverable.
They're looking at aiming with a camera, but I feel like the Zeri would have been for Showmaker. They go for the LeBlanc. So LeBlanc's been left open, they're going to pick it. LeBlanc can be a very annoying champion for, both Ziggs and Corki, because you don't really have time to get your damage out. You Phosphorus Bomb or you Pouncing Bomb, and she's already pulled back. She's unloaded combo down. She's dashed back.
There's a lot of delayed damage in Ziggs' kit just in general, and so if you just unload, then
he did. You know what? That shows learning, and that shows growth.
Character development.
Right
there. Here in my LCK. You love to see it.
It doesn't mean we're going to get the Leona in the bot lane. And with both a Lee Sin and a Nocturne ban, T1 are suspect of this Maokai. Maokai LeBlanc, not the most inspiring mid-jungle duo, and I think that's a big reason why they're so untrusting of this combo. Leona and Sejuani, a lot of CC from these two, a bit more single target. I mean, obviously you can AoE with Leona's ult, but it's not like a rel. And speaking of, I mean, here's the question: do you want to flex? I mean, keep the Maokai in the jungle and pick something for Moham? Jin Braum does not fill me with joy at all.
No, please do.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, man, Moham's really adjusted in Game 3.
He was just, he's just toying with us. But like, Braum and Ziggs, not the play, but the rel, we've seen Moham be fantastic on this. You have great engage here to set up. And in terms of following up on those engages, the Jace could be the pick for DPLUS.
That's a lot of poke.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Kenny.
No, I'm not a fan of the Kennen here. We've seen Kennen struggle a lot, but triple AP topside.
Oh, it's Aatrox.
I mean, it's King and Aatrox. I can't really fault him too much for picking it. It's AD, which is better than the Kennen.
Yep.
But you're also a comp where the clear goal for DPLUS is to kind of go forwards, poke people out, follow up with the ult. I feel like the Aatrox is sometimes better served when comps are diving into him.
Oh,
and
Yone!
All back. You can remember 2022 Worlds, Yone had to be banned against Zeus because he was picking it into King and Aatrox and doing some work, so...
I seem to remember there was a certain, the Shy guy on the top side of the map as well that...
Shy guy? Why was he shy?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to ask him. Of course, you were the LPL commentator when he was playing. That was a little bit after my time.
He doesn't play like a shy guy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely true. But this is a top lane matchup that shouldn't go very well for the Aatrox. We'll see whether King can pull out some of that Worlds 2022 works as we jump into the rift for game number 3. All right, T1 fans, extraordinarily loud. We are on their side of LoL Park here today, and therefore that means that we need to make sure our headsets are well and truly glued to our heads. Otherwise, we may get some sort of ear malfunction. Yeah. Oh. All right, Showmaker just going to wander past. Carrier also doing the same thing.
It's just one of the nice things about playing LeBlanc is that you just so little threat to level 1s. So hard to actually catch the LeBlanc. There's a no flash LeBlanc though with that ignite, which we have seen before from Showmaker. So going for that pressure as much as possible in those skirmishes. And even though like Maokai LeBlanc isn't a combination that really inspires a ton of joy compared to like LeBlanc Lee Sin, if the Maokai lands a W, the root will follow up pretty convincingly, and they will see the bomb.
All right, aiming. Pretty cool skin there. I think there was a certain guy called
Maokai. Pretty high win rate.
Oh, Moham goes in while aiming is reloading. Subpar, that's going to mean a flash needs to come out. Ignite already used by both of these supports over the line. As Showmaker could be in trouble. Does have, of course, the distortion, but there's the flash from Ona. Really nicely played, and he's just dead. No flash available for Showmaker. So that is first blood going down. Nicely played.
Beautifully played by Ona. Bit of a redemption after some hiccups in playoffs so far. So definitely don't want to opt into that one. So it's not like you can really get too much help.
Yeah, Ona might be overextended here a little bit. No Aftershock anymore, as now he's trying to set it up for a turn. I think realizing that he's just dead, the distortion does go through. But now Carrier could be in trouble as well. Moham's burning down, so Faker is able to get that kill, but Carrier likely to fall as well. Just waiting for that twisted advance, and there it is from Lucid. Punch goes the Brambles, and there goes the Leona. As Aiming and Gumayushi just fighting here towards the bottom side.
Just an overstep from Ona without the flash. Felt like he had safety with his team backing him up, and this does lead to pressure on Grubs, but Zeus is going to scare Lucid away.
Crashdown does not connect. Just one Grub going to be taken by DPLUS. He's going to give the rest over to Ona by the looks of things, unless he does come to try and go for some sort of contest. You can see Moham still in the area trying to threaten.
I think Ona should be able to get that one, and then he has Smite up for the last, so should be safe. You can see Kerry and Faker moving into cover. So I think they're okay. Yep. T1 getting 2. Big grubs early, fantastic with Ziggs. Now, Ona does see Showmaker.
Yeah, he is going to distort back. You can see Lucid wants to try and get this. Does secure the blue buff, but I think he's going to die for it. And there we go. Ona says, nope, that's mine. And he's able to take down the tree. Now T1 looking to cascade this towards the top lane as Kingin already at 50%. Moham trying to come in and defend, but there is so much to defend from. There is the fate sealed, and it's exactly that. Zeus helps just lock him down while Faker tidies it up, and they'll take plates as well.
Beautiful execution there. Kerry doing a great job on the Lucid. Takes aggro first there as well. And the angle, in that situation, you always want to try and hug the wall. That's what everyone does in a dive. You're hugging the wall, getting behind the tower. And Zeus, you could see him lining it up and manages to find both targets
for T1. And remember, guys, this is not their serve. This is red side for T1. This would be catastrophic if DPLUS lost this one.
Oh, I'm getting the first dragon as well. You had the Grub's Edge, you get the first dragon. It's Cloud Ocean, so I mean T1, I'm hoping it's not a chem tech, but there's a lot of good souls still available. Yeah. Faker has gone for that early Hex Drinker, 202, so that extra gold. I mean, he's got Hex Drinker and a Ruby Crystal. It's going to be a hard target for Showmaker to really threaten. See him hit him there, and it just doesn't really do anything.
May have given up the play. Over the wall goes Carrier, though, gets a control ward down. There's the Nature's Grasp as Zenith Blade just stopped the follow-up. There's the ulti out from Zeus. Remember, he can just rebind. And Moham, too low to fight once again. The mitigation here of that top lane aggression, just gorgeous. Moham able to crash his way out of the Mega Inferno Bomb, but Solar Flares coming through, everything flying down. Decent knock up there. Faker could be in trouble. Lucid able to find that one. And that should be the tree being able to lock this one down. The flash over, the Bramble Smash to come on through. Meanwhile, the fight is continuing. The curtains have been called, but I don't think it's for DK. I think it's on the other side. The Zenith Blade going to miss there as you saw Moham trying to drag Carrier over, but he's still very healthy. T1 unable to find anything, but it was DK trying to make the play.
Yeah, TP flag.
Oh, God. Yeah, we're going deep. Once again, Showmaker looking for that angle.
So scrappy, so scrappy. And DPLUS ended up getting more kills out of this, but you know, they make that big concerted effort to try and punish Zeus. It doesn't really, and in the back and forth that comes after, they don't die, and DPLUS was honestly getting close.
Yeah, aiming gets a big gasp from the crowd.
Yeah.
But otherwise, not too much more. He's just going to go back home. T1, they're looking to grab a whole bunch of grubs. That is going to be 5 on the table for a Ziggs team.
Oh, man. And that's how top's gone. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to be honest. Auto W, probably going to be enough. Close to, not far off. So, Showmaker's here to try and defend.
Still had to use his ulti, so still value.
Because there was that time in, like, spring where both Zeus and Kingen were picking it, but that was when it was, like, the lethality build, and it was super overtuned.
Yep.
Camp is not the same right now.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, let's try again as... Okay, the ulti did come on through there from Zeus, did a decent job as there is a Mega Inferno Bomb and he's not going to be able to dodge that. Faker just ends Kingen. And so 3 versus 1, that is going to do it. Technically 3.5. But Lucid now looking for a little bit of an opportunity on this Rift Herald, but I'm starting to feel the apprehension from DPLUS in this game. Glacial Prison going to connect onto Amy. He cleanses it immediately. The flank for the Aatrox. I mean, Kingen just needs a way to be useful in this game. Deadly Flourish is fantastic there, but just not quite enough. A bit of an overreach there as T1 just looking to find their angle. They want to make sure that they have exactly the right play to be made.
Yeah, Guma's recalling lower mana. You know, he could potentially even TP to bot and just take the tower if he really wanted. It looks like he's going to come in.
Yeah.
Nades. I'm not sure about this because the Herald's already gone. And I'm not really sure what you're hoping to achieve.
I think they want to get this dragon.
I guess that's the game plan. They are moving towards it, but this might sacrifice mid-tier 1. If they just Herald, I guess Guma's moving to defend it. It's a little bit back and forth.
Perry going to get chained up terribly. As Faker, he's the one that moved down towards the bottom side, and they do manage to grab themselves the dragon.
Give up pressure around mid, though. Let's see. They're not going to be able to stop the Herald at this point.
Hextech Soul. That is a big deal. Let's address that after a potential fight does perhaps happen here. As no, looks like Faker going to be taking this outer turret on the bottom lane, and Kingen with some spare time able to at least hit the turret in the top lane. Zeus moving up there now, should be able to defend. And as we can see, it's not going to be Kingen sticking around. Does not want to bite off more than he can chew. And
Hextech Soul, obviously a big win for them. They're now looking top for Kingen, though. He is healthy. You can see Guma's moving to ult, though, on top of this.
Yeah, and we have the World Ender up and available. The chains did connect, but he's just dead. In goes Showmaker, does manage to find the follow-up kill onto the Yone, who was tanking the turret at the same time. Carrier going to get snared up by the chains and doesn't find the Zenith Blade. The Ignite ticking down, and there's the last auto. Showmaker grabs a double. The Zenith Blade is the most difficult to land, as a bit of a drive-by, but the Glacial Prison comes down. Lucid is not very tanky, has to flash to get himself out of the Mega Inferno Bomb. Oh, the Rocket almost able to take him down there by Faker, and now he's coming back in. The Magnet Storm, phenomenal, but it is still Moham falling here. Kingen is just way too weak to join this fight, and it's a double kill for Faker. Showmaker nowhere in sight, and the curtains. Is it going to be enough here to be able to lock this one up? The last bullet doesn't really do too much.
But it just shows the threat on the side of T1. Oh, Zeus in trouble.
Yeah, World Ender going to come on through here as Zeus trying to dodge these Qs. Does do so, and the E, and now Lucid is making his way forward. Teleports everywhere, and the ulti does come on down. It's a 1-for-1, but Faker's going to be able to trade another one back in the end. And now Aiming turns up. He's like, what did I miss? And as it turns out, Aiming, he missed quite a bit. As that didn't miss. Ona's able to take down Aiming with the Glacial Prison, or at least hit him with it. Not able to get the kill just yet. They want to kill Showmaker instead. Ona's able to collect that kill also. And T1 kind of just running away with it.
This Corki is just monster fed. They leave open Showmakers.
That should be T1 locking down Soul Point as well. There is absolutely no way DPLUS can get over here. And we need to reiterate, I mean, look at how linear this gold lead is for T1.
Being the star of the show.
Oh, there's another Magnet Storm to come in here. Faker actually almost pulled over the wall. In theory, that's what they were going for. Kingen finding a flank angle. Is he actually able to help lock down any of these kills, though? That's the question. As Showmaker gets in there, they take down Ona, and back goes Showmaker now. Actually tries to deceive them, but it's not going to work. As now underneath the turret goes Zeus. He's able to tank it up. Faker able to get the 1-2 on that final punch. And Lucid going in, just seeing whether he can get a twisted advance to lock it down, but Zeus is toying with them now. This is T1 through and through, and they are absolutely dominating.
It just feels like they're not even sweating. Right now, Faker in all these fights, with these threats flying around, the Maokai.
That's a lot of kills.
That is a lot of kills. Uma getting that achievement. But as I was saying, you know, we're seeing these fights, threats flying all over the place. Kingen comes in, Lucid comes in, Showmaker comes in. And Faker's just navigating it, consistently dealing damage the whole time.
He was standing on a ward that entire time. And they are able to take him down. Now the Baron has been started up. Aiming doesn't have his ulti up and available. And Carrier will be able to break the blast cone. That will guarantee that this Baron does fall. And now Zeus looking for an angle, doesn't find the ulti. Does get the flash out from Lucid though.
You know, just don't let him near the pit and Lucid can't steal the Baron. Kingen is on a flank,
Whoa.
but...
How did he get there?
Yeah, I'm not sure this 0-6 Aatrox is really that much of a threat.
It's a cool, like, flank position, though. As over the wall he goes. Misses a whole bunch of buttons right now as the Magnet Storm comes in from Moham, but he is just free food. Lucid cannot get in there. And DPLUS, they're just going to back away.
And you can see, you know, obviously, because this Aatrox is weak, DPLUS have to move up to allow him to flank. If he goes solo, he's just going to die. But the second DPLUS move forwards, T1 immediately pull back. Guma disengages, and it's a Ziggs Corki. They both have ways of creating space, and the punishment is this. Tier 2 tower down mid, T1 moving straight up towards the top side where that Tier 2 tower is, and Kingen, you are not able to defend this. I think the thumbs up is the right call.
Yep, I think Kingen kind of realizing that it's just not quite going to work, as now they look to try and layer in a bunch of CC onto the unbound soul of the Yone. That's not going to work.
The Aiming moves up towards mid to clear the wave, and the bot tower is going to go. They are looking for an engage now, though.
All right, Moham is going to take the Hextech gate. Curtains have been called, trying to find a few of these into the backline as Zeus says, no, you do not press R, not on my watch. Good sidestep there from Aiming, though, as he does get thrown back. Aiming, can he find the Deadly Flourish? He does, but his turret's dead. And Zeus just walks it off because there is zero follow-up from that far away. Meanwhile, whatever's happening here, some supportal combat, as Doa did say.
Let them do their thing.
Yeah, just wandering around. One's got a lance, one's got a sword and shield. It's like a, a Renaissance fair fight, you know? Between the two of them. Oh no, the real damage is coming in as Moham just wants to, he wanted to deny the kill to Yone. It's not going to work. He pressed Q.
They delay the kill. Moham's dead for 20 seconds. Hextech Soul is up. This game was already in a borderline unwinnable spot. Add Hextech Soul to the mix and
I don't... So, like, what's like, you can't really get more over than over though, because over's still over.
Yeah. Well, no, you can. Oh. It's what you say when you're on walkie-talkies. When you stop talking, you say over.
Yeah.
You've done the conversation.
This is the circling of the drain if ever we've seen one, especially with that Hextech Soul. Look, that's just poke damage from a solar flare, and then the real poke damage is... Oh, God! Gamushi says nope to the Jin, and now Kingan's trying to get out of there. The world is ending, but I think it's his. And there's the ulti forward from Zayas. Tanks up the turret a whole bunch, but it doesn't matter at all. There go the turrets, and T1 says over and out to game 3 and says hello to match point.
They managed to take down DPLUS on blue side. They're pumping the damage numbers a bit here, but they will end the game. T1, I think, you know, obviously going in this series, we haven't...
And so now Azir first pick up and available if FAKER would like to take it. We've seen it banned throughout the series.
I always think it's interesting in a draft when, you know, a pick is super high priority in terms of bans, and then it gets left open and the teams don't immediately prioritize it. This is not going to be one of those cases.
Nope.
They lock in the Azir for FAKER. FAKER having a pretty good game in the last one on that Corki, which makes me wonder, what are DPLUS going to take into it? And you know, the LeBlanc didn't go super hot last time, but it is a matchup we've seen into Azir a lot. Maybe they lean into that and don't... No, they're picking Maokai. Don't go Maokai LeBlanc again. I don't...
Yeah,
anything. As long as... If you go Maokai, that's fine. Don't go Maokai LeBlanc.
Yeah, I'm okay with anything as long as it's not the LeBlanc.
But I'm going to be honest, you know, Maokai has been really strong, but I think DPLUS, obviously everyone, you know, we know Aiming's had a fantastic season, but I think DPLUS as a whole have looked so good when Lucid Showmake have had their duo combos and played those pairings that really, like the Lee Sin LeBlanc. So I'm not... You know, put the Maokai in, they do have the MF for the follow-up. They'll probably end up leaning towards Rel if they go this. Aiming has had some good MF games, but it's not the picks that I think have really defined this team with their success in the regular season.
Yep, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, by the way. It is going to be the Sejuani almost guaranteed here by owner.
And I think, you know, we've seen Maokai have a really high win rate against the Sejuani in the regular season. You can see the win rate pretty low there. I think a big reason why they put so much value on having the Maokai here, and what owner's doing to make it work, is he's just consistently body blocking whenever the ult comes down. And he makes sure his backline isn't threatened, isn't rooted. And now the Jin's on the side of T1. Guma, obviously someone who's a lot more experience playing the pick than aiming.
Oh no, I don't want this. I just want them to lock Rel. Just pick Rel and allow Showmaker to play something.
That's what they're afraid of. But yeah, I think now DPLUS just take the Rel and then decide what they want to do with that 5th pick.
Yep, I think the Rel certainly standing out here. Let's see what Carrier decides to do. If it's Braum, I may leave. But it's probably not going to be.
It might just end up being Alistar in this situation. You know, we've seen a lot of Alistar into Rel. You can use ult to cleanse the Maokai ultimate that comes in.
Powerful
once again, I feel like a theme that T1 have kind of had is having this like strong jungle support, really tanky champions. Like, you know, Rel and Maokai are tanky, but they're not Sejuani Alistar tanky, and I feel like that's been a theme in this series for T1. Nars going to come through for King in. Earlier in the split, we did see this blinded a lot. Sometimes punished, sometimes not. We'll see what King wants to pick into it.
It's a Gragas angle. It's a bomber.
That would make it quite hard for Guma to ever ult. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether that'd be good, but we have seen him do it before. Is the Brad. That'd be fun. This is a cow.
You know, I'm talking about how the Leona, the long-range interruption, the MF ult, Bard could have done that so fantastically, but yeah, ends up going for the Alistar. Makes a lot of sense here.
This would be bold, Kingen.
Kingen said something then. It looks like you're saying, like, no, don't do that.
Sylas is really fun.
It's a very high-value ult game for Sylas, but I'm not sure how easy the lane would be.
Wouldn't he be playing mid?
Recently. I mean, I guess, yeah, they could put it mid and they could put the Corki top. That's a question. We don't know where everything is going right now. We'll see them swap and finish things out. I think ultimately Yone and Corki, both champions we've seen played into Azir a lot.
Yep. So I think either of them are pretty happy with how things are going, and it looks like it is going to be Kingen on the ranged top lane. Of course, this is the guy that debuted Smolder top, debuted Twisted Fate AD top lane as well here in the LCK, so certainly no stranger to playing a few of these AD carries in the top lane.
I think it's a good matchup as well. One of the things with Na is he's very short range in his mini form early. He gains range with levels, so playing into an actual ranged champion is a struggle.
If you don't like Leandri's on Maokai, step away. This is not the game. Let's dive onto the rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Match point for T1 after their last victory, and DPLUS made the courageous decision to go on to red side. Which does mean it's a conundrum moving into game 5 for T1 if they lose this one.
Yeah.
Because what then do you choose? You know?
I think the nice thing about that and the fact that T1 got that earlier game is that they get to choose. So if they're like, look, King and having counter pick, having that flexibility was an issue, they can swap to red side. If they just want to tweak the draft a little bit, they can stay on the same side on blue. So pros and cons, always a difficult decision in a series, and if we get to that game 5, will be something for them to reevaluate. But for now, so even if you trade, you just still lose, even if you're trading advantageously.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrying. Speaking of worrying, Moham possibly in trouble here, as Lucid trying to move down. Moham does have his flash, but wasn't able to use it, and the owner was in the area. So that meant they were able to how it goes. Just getting a little bit lazy.
Has anyone checked on this Rift Riders?
Well, this is the thing. As, all right, Carrier goes in, looking for a little bit of an angle here, but it's not exactly the most value as Lucid, possibly now the one out of position. The Unbound Soul coming back up again for Showmaker relatively soon as they're looking to start these grubs, aiming, wanting to catch the wave that's moving towards the bottom side. That is going to be grubs picked up, or at least the first one here by Lucid with the smite. As aiming moves on over, makes it rain. Gumayushi still in the area as Crashdown comes through there from Moham. There's the Pulverize onto 2, gets onto Showmaker into the backline. Moham going to be the target though, and Ona takes him down. Now Kingen forced to use the Valkyrie, so now has to flash if he wants to get over this wall. Lucid to try and get in there, and he does. Oh, but the Gnar is so good from Zeus, and Ona is there for the follow-up as well. Not this time, Lucid. Zeus throws a house at him, and T1 are already running away with this one.
DPLUS go on to red side to give advantage in the matchup, and Zeus just doesn't care. Stomps him to the ground, catches Lucid too. At this game already 2,000 gold lead at 7 minutes. Things are looking rough for DPLUS. More Corky just melting Gnar in the trades. And, Zeus gets chunked out, but he's fine. He's got a Cull.
Well, Zeus is going to jump on top of Lucid here, but he had a friend on his way. And that is a Valkyrie out, but that means Lucid is well and truly dead. And so it was DK setting up for the play, and it's T1 that profit.
Yeah, and Lucid, you can see him in the player cam, pretty frustrated by this one. It's difficult. He's trying to find an avenue back in, but it just keeps getting worse and worse. And now with Demolish, T1 going to get loads of damage onto this tower. Showmaker trying to aggress mid, but doesn't find anything. Carrier.
Oh, yeah, the Unbound Soul's there. There's the flash. Gets the Pulverize. There's the Emperor's Divide. The ulti out here from Showmaker finds an angle. But there is Ona on his way. And I don't know how the Yone is going to be able to escape this one. Oh, the Blast Cone! Okay, Showmaker able to get a flash, and he's going to live.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to back on a ward. I'm a bit scared about that one. Make it rain coming down here towards this bottom lane. Good sidestep there from Gumayushi. Throws down the cleanse as well. Showmaker gets a shield. Is this the bait? The answer is no. As Faker is just going to be able to take him down. Permafrost comes in, and Faker flashes just for good measure. Gumayushi eating all of the spells in the bottom lane. And yeah, Moham has to get out of there. Lucid,
flash?
Yeah, he does have flash, and that is going to be the kill. So Lucid is finally on the board. But man, this is not a great trade.
If Guma got out there, it's just game over. It's just
oh yeah,
you can find space to ult away.
Oh, that is another dead Corky situation. Well, this time a dead Corky situation instead of the tree. You can see Kingen a little bit upset with how things are going right now.
No, we didn't get to see the replay of it, but that top fight where Faker survived on like 2 HP, the locker actually came in so clutch that to keep him alive. And Guma, he's just weathering the storm.
Yep.
and T1 are just massively winning elsewhere. And DPLUS is trying to make things happen here. There is a big wave coming in, but Carry is coming too.
Yep, Guma's job is to exist without being a nuisance, and right now he's doing a great job. Pulverize does come on through here. There's the Flash Magnet Storm. Lands onto both, though. Showmaker getting down here. Wants to try and lock up the Jhin. He does find it, and he's able to snap back. Takes a turret shot with him, and the house as well. Almost enough to take him down, but not quite. So DK able to at least grab themselves a dive. I mean, but they're going to need way more than this. Yeah. All right, Emperor's Divide here towards the bottom lane as Faker is really dead. What does T1 get for it, though? Which is the question that we often have to ask. Zeus is just looking to dive this turret. There's the Gnar. Doesn't get the wallop, though, and Zeus not able to hit the house. As now Gumayushi could be in trouble. Kingin trying to get some revenge. There's a lot of pent-up frustration, but he doesn't overextend. And the curtains have now been called. Some sidestepping to come through here. Headbutt pole, that's going to set it up. There's the flash out as Kingin gives him the thumbs up and he goes 0-4. You can see grinning in the player cam. Not a whole lot he could do there.
Kingin having a rough time, trying to make things happen. It's really not working. He's kind of abandoned top lane because it's very cooked, but
I feel like he's had these exact items for 10 minutes.
Doesn't inspire too much confidence, I'll tell you that much. And DPLUS do get the tower bot lane for the Gold King. And I will say, it's been scrappy. The game looked very doomed. It's still not in a great spot, but at least DPLUS are kind of clawing back some of the disadvantages.
Yeah, the more weird they keep it, I think the better it is for them. Because if they just fall into T1's rhythm and T1 just takes everything on the map and then wins and DK don't go for anything, that's when it's completely doomed, right?
Yeah.
DK,
last time, like, you were counter-picked, right? This time, you're the one who's opting into it, and it just feels a lot worse.
Well, Mohan gonna have to try and crash his way out of this one. Permafrost comes down though, and now Aiming's gonna have to come over. Does he find the ulti? He doesn't even look for it just yet as Lucid. Oh, that Bramble Smash Flash was pretty good. Faker not gonna find the sweep as now Showmaker looking for an angle. Bullet time comes in. Carry able to tank for a while, does have the ulti, but they pile in on top of the Azir, and he goes down. Showmaker still has ult, as Gumayushi at full health, but Make It Rain comes down to slow him up.
Yeah. Tanky. And that's about it.
Yep. And Owner is now in the back of a Dragon Pit. Showmaker chasing after him here. We can see the Maokai makes his way back.
This is a pretty late reset for T1. You can see Faker and Carrier coming out of the map. So if DPLUS want to do this, want to make it faster. It looks like they blinked that Dragon.
We blinked for a second.
2 in bag. This is pretty good for DPLUS. Now they have to try and protect their mid-tier 1 if they can. Aiming can just... Oh, he doesn't have ult, sorry. He won't be able to ult the wave. This might just be gone.
Yep. It's going to be a charge, and the turret is going to survive for the moment, but that's just, you know... actually level up, which is kind of crazy, is Aiming, can you find the out here is the question. The answer is no. Zeus just down. Oh, never mind! The Bloodthirster is so strong! And the ulti now comes in just to play interference there from Showmaker. Aiming! I don't know how he stayed alive there.
Yeah, I mean... Good moves from DPLUS, punishing the over-aggression from T1. Faker now overstepping, and the whole of DPLUS trying to collapse in.
Oh god, I think this is a turret for Faker type angle here, but he's not actually quite able to take the turret down just yet. Ono just trying to hoof it towards this bottom lane, able to avoid the ulti with the twisted advance. Beautifully done. Shattering strike, and that is going to be a dead Faker. Kingin locks down that kill, his first of the game, and has reset his gold. Outer turret does fall in the mid lane. That is certainly good news. As Lucid looking to try and at least also steal away this Krug camp, and DPLUS kind of overshot it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe could have pulled it closer.
Yeah, didn't need to really pop the potion. Let's be honest. Okay, Kingin now pretty scared of Zeus. I would be too, but Aiming, I don't know whether he is, especially not after that last play. Is bullet time and takes down the Gnar, and you can see the shake of the head there from Zeus.
Yeah, it's a good move, because the thing is with the MF, you don't have TP, but you're so fast at navigating the map, it doesn't take long to get back. What can often happen is teams who are behind, they start to make a comeback.
Great knock-up here from Showmaker, but you've got a teleport coming in. Showmaker is down so incredibly low, and Zeus he had the auto in the air. That's going to lock that one up. Flash out from Kingin, but Faker's here as well. And the thumbs up comes through. It's a double. They'll take a Drake as well, and T1, they just destroy them. DPLUS just not even a single good decision in sight.
Zeus wants an honest 1v1. He is tired of the 2v1s, and he just dunks on Showmaker. And now Baron going to get started up. Lucid does have flash. Moham is there to provide vision.
I don't think you want to go for a 50-50 on this one. Lucid has shown that his smite button has been pretty good, as Moham just wants to get some buttons away from Carrier.
Wait!
Oh, there it goes. Okay, the Nature's Grasp does come on in. Owner and Gumayushi don't have a lot of damage, though, as the bullet time comes through. They're trying to keep themselves alive. Faker is burning down inside the pit, and now Showmaker gets in. They do manage to take down the Baron. It's Gumayushi that gets it. He also kills the junglers. Now Showmaker in the back of the pit. He sidesteps the Arctic Assault. And that's going to be a double kill for the Yone. So T1, they got what they wanted, but it wasn't clean.
What was that? It was so scrappy. There were so many things that happened. Guma holding the fourth shot on the Jinnle for like 30 seconds, it felt like, to secure the Baron with it.
All right, they take down the turret. Gumayushi in trouble.
There were so many things that went on there. I think
things are still happening.
Still happening. Still trying to make things happen. This is just...
take the Baron themselves, which was definitely possible.
Almost, honestly, there was a very good chance of it happening at that last moment.
Because look at this, the Rebel Baron power play is sitting at 700. Zeus is going to be able to push in this mid lane. That should be able to extend that gold get by a decent margin, especially with 1 minute left on this buff. Faker and Ona, the only two that don't have it. And Zeus is going to be able to take that inner turret down in mid. DPLUS, they're going to have to make a play, make a move. They want to stop Zeus from just kind of winning the game, or at least breaking their stuff.
He wants that 50 gold from the Nexus.
Yeah, that's a good 50 gold.
Lucid going to move in, and Zeus will sense the pressure and move back. So he's going to be safe from this one. Now looking to go towards bot lane and apply some pressure there. And the thing is, if the rest of T1 keep the pressure here,
look at them both standing on wards. That was very, very cute.
If T1 don't get engaged on the top side, while Zeus is maintaining this pressure, they just win off the back of this. You can see T1 start to back away as they saw DPLUS pushing up. The Baron's nearly ended. Zeus can get some damage on this tower.
Yep.
He can take it, but there is Lucid moving in, so maybe he's a bit concerned about overstaying. You've already seen the round win.
Yep.
I feel bad about it.
You're like, dude, why are you wasting your time on that? Okay, Lucid can be in a lot of trouble here, and will be just taken down. Gumayushi locks that one up, and the Nature's Grasp comes down as well. Moham. Oh, can he see the angle? The flash out from Gumayushi, just too good. Aiming now, trying to frontline. Actually kind of almost finds an angle, but he doesn't. That's going to be the Emperor's Divide used in celebration, as Zeus had already just killed everyone. Double kill for Faker as well, as they manage to get the Deadly Flourish. That's going to finish off the ace. And I think T1 might be starting their journey again, as they finish off DPLUS here in Game 4. DPLUS, I mean, they had that one good one, but after that, it was all downhill from there, and T1 looking to try and take their rightful place in the final of the LCK. They've still got one more target, though, to do it.
You can never count them out. No matter what, T1 always find a way to bring it back, always find a way to sort of